Hello there. Thank you so much for your regular support for my channel. I really appreciate every bit of your constant support. That's Felix. Welcome to FJ Diaries. Again, we are going to discuss something very unique about relationships, actually focused much more on the concept of marriage. Marriage, that one word carries dreams, it carries expectations, it carries romance, it comes along with security, and often a touch of fantasy. Everyone imagines a forever moment with someone they truly love. Everyone pictures love-to-filled mornings. You wake up in the morning, you look straight into your partner's face, you smile, he or she smiles back at you. Everyone pictures intimate nights with your partners, and shared goals with your partners, and unconditional support from your partners. These are the wishes of almost everyone who gets to develop that strong desire of engaging or getting into a relationship with a prospective partner. And while love is usually at the center, the reality of marriage is a much deeper journey, that which requires patience, and that which requires self-awareness, that which requires the kind of work you are not normally warned about, only to know after you have gotten into that unique game of marriage. And so if I could go back in time personally and sit with my pre-marriage self, here are the three truths. These three truths I wish I had known. Okay, I want to share them with you. The three truths I wish I had known, not actually to scare me during this moment of personal reflection, nor to scare you, but to prepare me for what love truly, truly looks like after the response, I do. And so we'll look at three things I wish I knew before entering marriage or getting married to my beautiful wife. Now, the first thing, take note. So, love alone isn't enough. Partnership takes skill. Love in itself alone is not enough. Partnership takes skill, or is a skill in itself. And so we often hear, all you need is love. All you need is love. It's romantic, but that is misleading. It is never really true that all you need is love. Do you know why? Okay, so love is a feeling. That's very basic. Love is a feeling, partnership is a skill. The two are extremely different. Okay, these two ingredients I just mentioned are very different in their makeup. Now, before getting married, everyone thinks that love would carry them through. Okay, anything, all moments of disappointments, moments of frustrations. Everyone, we can't actually list those moments, but everyone thinks the love will carry them through. But here is what you don't realize. You can love someone very deeply. You can love someone very deeply and still struggle to communicate with them. You can adore your partner so much and still fight unfairly. You know, avoid hard conversations or even resent each other very easily. You can mean well and still hurt each other without realizing it. What everyone should know, what everyone should know and understand is that healthy marriage requires tools, not just emotions. Tools like conflict resolution, active listening, boundary setting, emotional regulation, being able to check your emotions, being able to resolve conflict. These are some basic tools every individual needs as far as marriage is concerned. When you lack these things, know that there is so much struggle you're going to battle with in the course of time. And so if you don't have these tools and are not willing, you don't have them, you are not willing to learn and practice them, then for you, love alone will eventually not be enough. It will not be enough. Now, the second thing I wish I knew is that you don't marry a finished product. You marry a work in progress because you yourself, just as your partner is, are equally a work in progress. And so you don't marry someone who is entirely in a perfect form, just as yourself. And so prior to getting married, most people assume everyone mostly stays the same, never to change. Most people think that way. I mean, I am married to my wife. The way I see her is how I actually want to continue to see her, not expecting that she would take a different form with time. But the truth is, you will both change. Not only your partner, but yourself. You who may be expecting that your partner should remain same as he or she is will also eventually change. And so, in the course of time, as you both journey on together, the tendency of either of you experiencing some form of change is very high. And if you constantly expect your partner to always be who they were when you got married, you will struggle to get along with them. Here's where, if care is not taken, you will see your partner as being stiff necked, being very stubborn, not agreeing with you so easily. And so it is very ideal for your own good and for your happiness in the journey together with your partner in that marriage to expect or have that mindset that, hey, my partner is not likely to remain the same as she was or as he was when I got married to him or her. That expectation alone gets you becoming very open to anything. But then you hope that the form of change he or she likely may experience wouldn't be what will hurt your marriage journey. What most people usually lose sight of or refuse to accept and understand is the fact that career evolves, passions shift, bodies age, traumas surface. Okay, with time. Even parenting can change someone's emotional needs. Financial stress can equally shape someone's personality. Healing, therapy, or even loss can bring out completely new roles. These are basic life experiences nobody expects to be forwarded. But once they come into play as far as your life is concerned, know that their impacts can cause a huge change effect in your life or your partner's life. And so these are the unexpected that should be acknowledged as marriage tendencies. No matter what your mindset may be, they are likely tendencies in every marriage journey. And so the mindset has to change now from my partner should be the same as he or she was when I got married to him or her. That mindset has to change. Now, what everybody should begin to acknowledge is that marriage is less about holding on to who someone was and more about learning to love who they are becoming as you age together. Marriage requires grace. Marriage requires curiosity. Marriage requires flexibility to enjoy the best of it. Okay? It requires your willingness to grow alongside your partner, not resisting the changes they undergo in your journey together, basically. And so this is so important because when you expect permanence, take note of this. When you expect permanence, when you look forward to seeing your partner remain as he or she is, you resent change. Everything that happens to them becomes a source of hate. It actually inspires hate in you towards your partner concerning them for having gone through those changes. And so, on the other hand, when you when you actually accept growth, you accept that they can't actually remain the same continuously and that eventually change will occur at one point in your partner's life with you together in the marriage journey. When you accept that, that can actually happen. You build resilience. And that affirms your kind love for each other. Your marriage transforms, it stabilizes, it grows very steadily, and both of you tend to enjoy the journey together. The third thing I wish I knew is intimacy. Intimacy isn't automatic. It is not. It has to be intentionally cultivated. That's just it. Intimacy doesn't just happen. You are going to have to learn how to practice it, how to make it a part of you. One mistake most partners make before marriage is thinking that intimacy would be effortless, thinking that emotional closeness and physical connection would just happen because they think they love each other already. No. But I personally have come to learn that intimacy fades quietly and slowly when it is not nurtured intentionally. And when you refuse to cultivate it, nurture it, and practice it intentionally, it gradually fades. And so you can live under the same roof with your partner, live together, you can raise your kids together, you can share a bed. The same bed, sleep on it every night or any time of the day, and still feel emotionally distant, far away from each other. And so you can even love your partner, but easily forget to see them. And so nothing about them really will prick you in any way because you've lost sight of constant practice and intentional cultivation of the concept of intimacy. You can stay busy, very busy, and constantly think that everything is fine until one such time or day you realize that you are just coexisting. This is really sad. Very, very sad. Which should naturally happen. And so every husband or wife, every husband or wife should know and understand that intimacy is not really just about sex. It actually involves being present, checking in emotionally, sharing your thoughts plainly, not in any offensive manner, choosing to be vulnerable, telling what you think as it is to your partner without shame, even when it's uncomfortable, creating small rituals of closeness, such as cuddling on the couch, kissing each other, hugging each other, having deep night talks. These are purely romantic. There's no doubt about that. But the impacts are very huge. when they are done or carried out genuinely. And so intimacy doesn't die from major problems, not at all. Okay, it dies from daily neglect, not acknowledging it, not cultivating it, not intentionally practicing it. As a result, it dies. It takes effort, to make this happen and stay on longest. And so the honest truth is that marriage, no matter what nature yours may be in, of marriage is very beautiful. And that was actually how God made it, right from the beginning of its institution. God made it beautiful. But it's not a fairy tale ending most people often imagine it to be. It's marriage is not actually about perfection. It's mainly about practice. Practice. Doing what you know to do best to make everything about your marriage work. Practicing those things on a constant basis. And so it's not about avoiding conflict. Basically, it's about learning how to be fair in every fight with your partner, not with the intention of coming out as the winner. Or, no, you fight all right, but you still should love your partner, no matter what. He or she will still have to be your talking mate. It's not actually about finding the right person. That's not what marriage really is about. It's actually about becoming the right partners together, making things work between the two of you and allowing each other to grow alongside. If I could give anyone kindly as I'm talking to you, as you're watching me, as you're listening to me, if there is any particular thing I could give anyone standing on the edge of marriage, any particular gift, listen attentively. This is exactly what I will tell you. Don't just prepare for the wedding, prepare for the work of understanding, the work in marriage of forgiveness, the work of evolution, change, the work of connection. Because when you do these, marriage will become more than a commitment. You will see beyond the thought of it being a commitment. It will actually become a daily choice to continue to love, a daily choice to continue to grow, a daily choice for you to continue to stay together in love with your partner. This is what I will actually tell you if I were to have any particular gift to offer you who is preparing to get married. Yes, marriage is not an easy journey, but then when you take your time and develop a very good mindset, you take your time to understand why you want to get into it and also accept the fact that both of you are not perfect. When you look at marriage from all these angles, all these perspectives, it equips you for everything therein that may happen. I wish you well and I encourage you to let love lead and love always. Love always. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't and like the video and share it with others for them to learn from what I have shared with you. I thank you so much for having stayed on till this end. See ya.